Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Elizabeth, and today we're going to be talking about how to reach financial freedom, 12 habits to get you there. Let's do it. So number one, the first thing to do is figure out what are your goals? What are your financial goals? How much money do you need? How much money do you have? And where do you want to go? So figure out what your baseline is so that you can figure out how much money you need to make. Are you making $150,000 a year? Do you need to make $250,000? Are you making $250,000 and maybe you're like, oh, I only need to make $200,000? What is the money and the amount that you need to make? What do you currently make? Are you in debt? Are you not in debt? Where are you? Just go ahead and assess that, figure out where you are, and then where do you want to go and what do you need to get there? Number two, it can be super helpful to make a monthly budget. And so as a family, as an individual, whoever you are on your journey, you have to know how much money you're spending. You have to know how much money is coming in and then where are you going to allocate it. And so I know in the past, I've done this exercise with my husband and myself, and we're like, whoa, we didn't know we spent that much money there. Let's go ahead and cut back a little bit. And then we were good, right? And so just being aware, and we were able to automate certain things to go, okay, we're automating to these investments, this investment, we're good, right? And so it gave us peace of mind. It gives us peace of mind, and we know we're contributing to all of our goals automatically. And so we're good. And then if we have a money here, we can invest more there, or we can invest in our family and our friends and other people. So it's important to make a budget and to stick to it. It is actually a place for freedom. Some people can be really restricted by it, but you can make it whatever you want to make it, and it can actually help you achieve your goals. So if you look at it that way, it is more freeing. Number three, pay off your credit cards in full. If you have credit cards, if you have credit card debt, start paying it down. Credit card debt is one of the most important things to get rid of, and that can hurt so many people. It's like 16% is the average interest that the credit card companies are getting, which is more than what the S&P 500 would return for you. So they're getting an insane deal. So be careful. Student loans, mortgages, and similar loans like that have lower interest rates. So you want to work on the credit cards first. So be really careful and start. If you have this bad habit with credit cards, try to figure out how to stop. And I could do a video on this, but it really can hurt families and people, and it is not helping you get ahead. You're always going to be behind. And so be careful about this. Number four, create an automatic savings. And so I was just talking a little bit about this, but pay yourself first. Make these payments and these bills to yourself. And so whether that's with your 401k, whether that's with 403bs or Roth IRAs or any investments that you have with your HSA or whatever, you want to make sure you're paying yourself first. Like we have certain accounts with our 401ks, with our 403bs, with our Roth IRAs, with our regular IRAs, with our HSAs, with our college savings plans or 529s for our kids. We have it automatically going there. And then we have the rest of the money budgeted out for other things, for more investments, for things that we're working on, our goals, for food, for expenses in everyday life. And so pay yourself first, and then you can automate those things. Automation is critical. I didn't do this at first, but ever since we did, it's made such a difference. We can be in peace and knowing that we already allocated money where we needed to, and we can always go in and adjust and up or decrease the percentage allocation if we need to. But it's just so nice, and it's something that you don't have to do. It's already done. Why go spend that time paying here every single month when you can just, it's automatically done for you? Number five, start investing now. So investing is so critical, and it is important. It's important to start working on saving and to becoming better about paying yourself first and all that stuff. But then you need to invest because the power of compound interest is so real. If you haven't seen the compound interest calculator, I have some videos like that on my channel, or just type it in on Google. I highly recommend you looking at it. It's insane. Just over time, you can make so much money. But bear markets are when the stock market is not doing well. Bull markets is when they're doing great. But there's going to be bear and bull markets in the economy and throughout your lifetime. And so if you start investing early and often and now, and you stay in the market and you stay in these low cost index funds, you're going to beat the market over time, and you're going to get a good return. And so stay in the market. Don't be fearful. Investing can be a great thing if you just go for index funds and you go for targeted index funds or low cost index funds. You're going to be fine over time. Number six, watch your credit score. So if you have a credit card, and I do recommend having a credit card because you do have to build credit. And so this can be really important. I do have a full video on how to get a better credit score, how to be careful with your credit, because it can be a real problem for people. So just be careful with that. And there are ways to build credit without a credit card. So if you really struggle with credit and you want to look at that, let me know. I can do a video on that. But typically, your credit score is really important because it determines the interest rate that companies and banks will offer you. And so you can get a lower interest rate, therefore paying less money over time if you have a better and higher credit score. So you want a high credit score. So just be careful. Make sure you're responsible with money. And if you haven't been responsible, it's never too late to start. You're in a hole potentially, but get yourself out of the hole and then change the rest of your life. Number 7, don't be afraid to negotiate. So a lot of times, especially in America, it's not super common to negotiate for a lot of things, but there are things you can negotiate for. And be careful. I learned this lesson that you might have a car that you want to sell, right? Someone might offer you $1,000 for it. But if you take it somewhere else, you might get $5,000. Or if you take it somewhere else, you might get $10,000, $15,000. I have seen this happen, and in my own life, this has happened where someone else did not value the item as much as someone else did. And so I made more money by going to this person, and I lost money by going to this person before. So be careful, and don't be afraid to negotiate. Don't be afraid to walk away if you don't find the price that you want. It never hurts to negotiate. Typically, even with salaries or your job, it's important to negotiate. Number 8, it's important to stay up to date on financial issues and financial things and what's happening in the world. So you want to go ahead and stick with some of the basics and the core things with finances, but you always want to be learning and want to keep an ear out and your eyes open for new things or updates in the market or things that can help you in your financial life or jobs or whatever. So just keep an open ear and an open mind and constantly learn and grow, because there's always something that you can add to help yourself live a better, healthier, and happier life. And a lot of this stems down to your finances. Number 10, try to maintain the things that you own in your property. Take good care of the things that you own, whether it's a house, whether it's a car, whether it's other items. You won't have to spend as much money replacing things. If you do regular maintenance, you won't have to have these bigger maintenance repairs if you take good care of things and if you do the constant like oil changes on your car, things like that. And so just take care of what you already own. It could save you a lot of money in the long run. Number 10, live below your means. So most people who become affluent and wealthy, they started living below their means, and they probably still do live a little bit below their means as well, depending on the type of wealth that they have or just the habits that they have. And maybe they choose to still live that way, but they give back or they contribute or they donate their money instead of just upgrading their lifestyle. So this is really important. Basically, the biggest thing is just determining what is a want and what is a need. This is basic. This is something you could talk to your kids about, because a lot of times, a lot of the things we're spending money on truly are wants. And so you don't have to get everything you want. Number 11, get a financial advisor. So this could be a really good thing for some people. This could be something that does not work for other people. You do typically have to pay a fee. And so sometimes this can actually dip into your assets. And a lot of people think, well, I'm going to make more money with the advisor, but that's not always the case, right? So they're like, I'll make more, so I'm willing to give them a cut. But really, even 1% is a significant amount of money that if you have a lot of wealth can really cut into your wealth. And so it's okay to have a financial advisor. I know Vanguard has a really, really low fee. I think it's 0.35% for their financial services currently, which still will eat into some of your profits and such. But if you just want to get started and you want some advice, it might be worth doing that. I know my husband and I did that, and it was super, super helpful. So feel free to take advice, and you could see a financial advisor as an expert that is an actual financial advisor, or you could read books and you could do the learning for yourself and seek those books as your advisor. And lastly, number 12. So the principle of proper maintenance also applies to your body. And so you want to make sure you're taking care of your health. You want to make sure you're having regular checkups, you're eating well, you're exercising, you're investing in yourself. You can have all this money and this hard work that you spent, but if you're stressed out all the time, if you're unhealthy, if you're not feeling good, if you have disease, if you have sickness, then that's not an enjoyable life. Most people will say that if you have all this wealth, and Jesse Itzler says this, but then you have this really scratchy throat and just sore throat, then that's going to take away, right? And so a sore throat is something minor, but think about all these things that could happen, or not feeling good in your skin, or having to spend a lot of money on hospital bills, but it's also just about enjoying life. So make sure you take care of your health. That's one reason I talk about health as well. I want to feel good and actually enjoy my life. And I think part of that is not just about having money to do stuff. It's about feeling good in yourself and in your skin. All right, so those were 12 tips to be financially free and to reach financial freedom. Let me know in the comments below if this was helpful and if you took anything away. I love reading your comments and seeing what you share. Feel free to share any ideas that you have. It can help other people in our community. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want more videos like this, feel free to share, feel free to subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys, you got this. Keep working on your journey.